Hi, Diana. So, I was thinking yesterday about how, yeah, we've been together 7.5 years, but maybe there are things that we haven't told each other about. Not necessarily things that we're like hiding from each other, just things that, we think about and then never comes up in conversation or we find interesting and never get around to telling each other, or, maybe something that, like, it sort of would make more sense in a letter than in a dialogue or anything like that. And so that's kind of what I was trying to do with this project. So kind of say the kind of things that make more sense of just me telling you, you telling me, than having a conversation. Because, sometimes things get lost when you have the person you're trying to talk to in front of you. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, that's the idea. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I like to think I'm not easily embarrassed. I'm kind of a weird guy. I say strange things. I have kind of bizarre habits, and I learned to embrace that a long time ago. So I just say, when people say that I'm weird, I just accept it because normal's kind of boring. It's been a philosophy for me for a long time, but the fact is, embracing the fact that I'm strange doesn't change the fact that I do get embarrassed. As you clearly know, I get embarrassed rather easily. To say that, I don't really care what people think, it isn't entirely accurate, because clearly I love dancing and singing and things like that, but I never do it unless I either know nobody's going to catch me, or maybe just if I've had a lot of alcohol. So, why is that? Why do I act one way, like I'm not embarrassed easily, and then another where I actually get embarrassed easily? I've been trying to figure out why that is. So I think I figured it out. It's not that I have a problem necessarily doing things that are out of the ordinary, like some people might consider embarrassing. Sometimes I'm more than happy to jump in the middle of a crowd and just make a fool of myself. But what I realize I don't like is getting caught or put on the spot, with other people drawing attention to me as opposed to me drawing attention to myself. Like, if I'm doing something sort of discreetly, absentmindedly, not really thinking about it, the last thing I want is for somebody to catch me doing it. Since I know that you, like me, often do care about what other people think of you, I feel like we both have a couple of options. One, obviously, is that you can just always not do things that are strange. If people don't like it, then you just don't do it. And I don't like that as an option, because I feel like it limits a lot of things that you can do with your life. But the thing is, I do choose that often enough to be considered normal by people who don't really know me. So, but the other option is just assume nobody's gonna notice when you're weird. That way, you can keep being weird and just hope nobody will ever see it. Because the thing is, who cares if nobody sees it, right? So, if you just assume nobody will, then you can do whatever you want. The nice thing about being in Boston is that people try so hard to not be noticed or notice each other, that it's easy to kind of keep that going because everybody will ignore you. For example, I recently started wearing glasses, obviously, and I really like the superhuman vision that it's been giving me, but the problem is, I also know that I need a pair of sunglasses because there are deadly cancer rays blasting into my eyes at all times. So I had a bit of a conundrum. I know I could get around just fine. I'm fine without wearing glasses, but, I like the idea of wearing the glasses because I can see so much better. So I had a couple of options. I can either choose between wearing the glasses and wearing the sunglasses when I'm out, or get prescription sunglasses. But those are really expensive, and I would rather use that money on rent or video games or tasty snacks or something like that. So I'll figure out what I should do. Well, it's a pretty simple choice. as long as you either don't care what anybody thinks or you pretend nobody's going to notice. I got myself this rather large pair of Wayfarers, which is pretty much the style I would have bought anyway, even though I know you probably hate them. I think pretty much every other kind of sunglasses make you look like a tool if you're a guy, so these are the ones that I went with. But the nice thing is that because they are so large, I can actually just put them right on top of the glasses. And there, it's like I have prescription sunglasses, but I've saved myself hundreds of dollars. I know what you're going to say. I'm going to say I could just not wear the glasses, but I don't like that that I have to choose that just because society thinks it's weird to wear a pair of sunglasses on top of the other. You're probably also going to say that it's embarrassing to be around me, but that's always true, so this hasn't changed anything. The other thing is, it's only embarrassing if anybody notices. The sunglasses block so much of my glasses that nobody's ever even going to see it. And if anybody does, they would have to call attention to the fact that they noticed it. So even if anybody notices, to me, nobody noticed, unless they say something. And they're not going to, because we live in Boston and nobody talks to each other. It's fantastic. So basically, by assuming that nobody's going to notice what I'm doing, I can be the most extroverted, goofy, over-the-top person around, and as long as whatever I'm doing doesn't clearly call attention to me, I can have all the fun that I want. So you should give it a try. It's kind of a blast.